All right, everybody, we are back, and we've got a mountain to finish climbing. If it doesn't kill
Let's
you
do
first.
I don't like that as much.
No. Let's not do that.
Whatever doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Yeah.
That's the one.
That's
That's,
right.
That's the lie to keep
Yeah.
telling yourself over and over again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
strong.
So strong.
As you advance upwards, though, we are now entering that dark bank of clouds. And now is a good moment when you can sort of unhook yourselves and change everything around if you want to change who is leading, where people are. So what order are we going into this dark cloud bank with?
Let's go Satus in the front, just because perception is a strong suit of his.
The
Pathfinder.
only reason I would say that maybe I should go first is if it's so dark that, but if it's like cloudy, I'm not sure that I would be able to see through it anyway. So yeah, I think Satus first is good. And I'll go second.
Yeah.
Still, I think that makes sense.
I think it makes sense. I just
Mhm.
think there's a lot of stone clattering around here that
Yeah.
we should be ahead of.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Satus, it's very, very, very hard to see where you're going, so you're now going to be rolling with disadvantage.
That is fine, at least for now. So let's see. And that would be a 12 plus 6 for an 18.
Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, NBD. Fine. All right. Cal and Helena, what are you guys doing?
I'm tempted to intimidate the mountain. I don't think that will work. Let's.
I mean, it depends
Let's
on how
stick
you
it- let's
roll,
stick-
right?
Yeah, I know. Let's stick with athletics. Or I'm sorry, with acrobatics.
Okay.
Continuing to deftly make my way on the rock path.
Cool.
It's a 15 plus 2 for 17.
Dang. All right. Very good. Very good.
No problem.
Helena?
Athletics, I will be being less deft, but very determined.
Mhm.
Oh dear. Oh wow. Okay. So both of those were 4, so I get a 4 plus 6.
So there's an old saying about slow and steady,
Mm-hmm.
although there is perhaps such a thing as being too steady. And, you know, like, basically the climb slows to a crawl here. Satus, you're kind of doing a little bit, I think, of let's measure twice, cut once here. Like, you know, kind of like, let's really, really make sure that anywhere that we're going, it's sturdy, it's somewhere that we can hang on to. It's like a path that we can sort of keep going for a while as much as we can determine in this soup. Cal, you're sort of doing your best to kind of provide good support to everyone. Helena, you are hanging on for dear life, but you are advancing slowly but effectively. You're also noticing that it's getting cold around you. It is, like, you know, now that you don't have the sun, it is getting bitingly cold here. And above you, you hear an ominous rumble.
Huh.
That's nice.
Is that thunder, guys?
I'm not sure.
Sounds like it.
I am sure.
Yeah. Sounds a lot like thunder to me.
There are worse things it could be, right? An avalanche.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
stop listing things.
Yeah.
Let's not give
keep
anyone
listening,
ideas.
I gotta take
So many,
notes.
I've got so many things to could list. Oh dear.
A big creative statue be gone. Yeah, it could be anything.
It would be all sorts of things. Statue be
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Famously rumbly.
Yeah.
Well, it's a case full of a bunch of jars of it,
Yeah, I
you
get
know.
it.
So it,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, makes sense. Sounds plausible.
Oh wait.
Yeah, it's a
Can't wait
thing.
to see it.
All right, well, now we've thunder to deal with. Yay!
Yay.
All right.
We can.
Next spread.
Straightforward. All right.
We've weathered worse.
All right, let's go with perception again with disadvantage. That's going to be tough to do worse then. Okay, that is a 2 + 6 for an 8.
Cool. Very good. Cal, Helena, how are you guys getting along?
Think I'm going to I want to try to bolster Helena's spirits.
Oh.
With I don't know what that would be. Maybe I guess it would be performance, maybe a performance where I will tell Helena a story of a time that I went out on what did I call it? Contraband Hill. And
Yes.
and my
Contraband
friend and I, we were kidnapped by bandits, and we thought that we weren't going to escape, but they had us tied to a sleigh, and they were carrying us around, and but we managed to cut ourselves free and escape.
wow.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to try to do.
All
I'm
right.
going to take
I
a page out of Satus's book.
And then they slowly switch roles.
No. Oh no. 4 + 4 for an 8.
Yeah, I think that in the Helena thought camp, there's a, why is she talking to me? Why is she not just letting me concentrate on climbing the mountain?
Satus is way better at telling stories.
Satus is thinking in his head of like, you gotta, the pacing is all off.
Helena, what are you doing?
I'm brushing off this nonsense about Contraband Hill. Pushing on athletically to this degree. Okay, 11 + 6 is 17. We're okay.
Okay. You are able to continue advancing despite the well-intentioned, no doubt, efforts of Cal to raise your spirits. Satus, you're feeling pretty good about this path that you have found for them, especially because the fog seems to be clearing up a little bit, until all of a sudden there is this flash of light, and you see the snake of a thunderbolt crash maybe 150 feet above you.
Oh, the weather's getting quite testy up ahead, team.
And then you hear the sound of something rushing towards you, and that is all the warning that you have before the following bits of stone appear. Dexterity saves all around, please.
Okay.
All right. That is a 9 + 3 for 12.
17 plus 2
Okay.
for 19.
I am afraid that is a natural one.
What?
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
There we go. I was like, why is my favorite sound not playing? I'm hitting the button.
I'm sure you were.
Cal, you are able to, kick yourself off the cliff face and weave as the stones fall next to you. You are fine. However, Satus, you take 18 points of damage as these stones smack into you.
Gosh. Wow.
And
Whoa,
Helena,
that's a
you take
lot.
11 points of damage as the stones smack into you.
Why does Satus take more? It doesn't make any sense.
I have a
guess
feud
he's-
going on with rocks.
That's
I guess
fair.
he's first. He's first.
Yeah.
So
That's valid.
yeah.
Could I have strength saving throws from both of you, please?
Is that with disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh.
Hooray. For me, at any
Yes,
rate.
for you.
Oh,
Not for
well,
Satus.
That's it. It doesn't matter because the first one I rolled was a 1.
No.
Not great. Not great.
Not great, team.
Both 2s, because I'm rolling in pairs today, so 8.
Both 2s?
Both 2s.
Okay. Interesting. Cal, strength saving throw,
Yeah.
please.
Uh-oh.
Because Helena and Satus are no
Uh-oh.
longer holding off to the cliff face.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Can Satus is going help bardic inspiration enough?
I'll say it is.
Great. Let's give you some bardic inspiration. This feels like an important role.
Okay, great. I also have a thing. This is a saving throw, right?
Yeah. I would say that you have like enough time to do like one thing as you start to see like the rope start to tense, but you're not quite at the point where it is pulling on you just yet, so you have enough time to do something.
Okay.
Maybe not like sing the entire HMS Pinafore something, but like a quick
Sure,
action.
sure.
Which we
I
all
would be
love
cheered.
to do.
What is bardic inspiration? What does that give
D8.
me?
You get to roll a D8.
I would get
you
to roll
also
a
get
D8.
to choose when you use it. So
Yeah.
you could do the thing and then decide. But
Yeah,
yeah,
like
for
if
10
you
minutes,
roll this strength save and you get a 20 on the dice, you can kind of go like, let me just hold on to that bardic inspiration until later.
Yeah.
You can see
Okay.
what you rolled before you declare you want to add it, but
Okay.
it needs to be before I tell you if you succeed or fail. That's the only thing.
Right.
Okay. So I'm just gonna roll
Mhm.
my D20 now. And then we'll see.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to use the bardic inspiration.
Okay.
I rolled an 11.
All
And
right.
while it could be enough, I think
Yeah.
more is better.
Yeah, let's
in
roll
this
that
moment.
D8.
Let's roll this D8. Ooh, it was 7.
Cool.
So 18.
Cal holds on for dear fucking life. And she perhaps has never, like, every muscle in her body gets activated in a way that is they've never been before.
I should have gone to the gym more.
You do take 7 points of damage as the ropes tense and pull down upon you, bruising either side of your torso. But you stay on the
Fair.
fucking mountain, and you give them just enough time to, like, re-hold onto their footing.
Whew.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Cal.
Cal.
My goodness.
We're sorry.
Thank you, Satus, for the inspiration.
Look, screaming help and terrifying pain can motivate people to be quick on their feet. So
It was very motivating.
glad I could assist. But truly, thank you, and I'll try to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Likewise. Well done,
Ooh.
team.
I mean,
Mhm,
well, we can only do our best.
Uh-huh.
mhm, mhm.
Helena, do me a favor and glance over your shoulder.
Okay.
The statue of Maisie seems to have not taken any substantial damage from the stones.
Oh, thank God for
Well,
that.
that's good. Well, that's
It would be
very
so
good.
awful if I just knocked off part of her, like her head.
Yep.
Mr. Summerspring, we brought back most of your daughter.
No.
All right, keep going.
Okay. Nowhere to go but up.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go down, like, we can go
No,
down.
No, thank you.
Let's keep it going. I'll do another perception. Disadvantage. That is a... Okay, it looked like a 1, but it was a 7 plus 6 for a 13.
Okay, cool. All right, the other two, what are we doing?
I think I'm going to go back to acrobatics now that I feel bolstered by my surprising me as much as anyone else strength. I think I'm going to try to weave my way up this mountain. Ooh. 4 plus 2 for 6.
It's a little slow going after your near
Yeah.
death experience there.
Yeah.
You're a little spent.
I'm a little rattled.
Yeah.
I'm a little rattled.
Helena, what about you?
Pushing through, come on. It's going to be great. Oh my God. So one of them is a 20 and the other is a 3. I have to take the 3 or...
I mean, what kind of bribe are you willing to talk about here?
I'm just checking the rules, I just...
Yeah.
According to the rules, it's the 3. I'm sorry to report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a 3 plus 6 for a 9, unless you think I've earned it.
It's more slow going. It's a crawl up this mountain, I'm sorry to say. Constitution saving throws all around, please.
Oh,
Fantastic.
That's a 1 plus 2 for a 3. Yeah, I deserve that.
15 plus 5 for a non-natural 20.
There we are.
and a 3 plus 6 for a 9.
Satus and Helena, you both are exhausted.
Wow.
Great.
So am I double disadvantaged now? How does that work?
Me too.
So we're going to say that effectively, if you already have disadvantage, what is going to happen is that you're going to feel the effects of the second level of exhaustion, which means that your speed is halved. So it is going to be even tougher to go up this goddamn mountain.
Okay.
As you're starting to realize just how tired you are, though, Satus, an interesting thing happens. You put your hand down to grab onto the next bit of stone, and you feel something crunchy underneath your hand. And as you look down, you see that you've actually put your hand on a flower, but a very odd flower. A flower whose leaves are jet black and whose petals are neon colored, almost sort of this iridescent phosphorescent shade of blue with streaks that run down its stem.
Huh. Can I do a nature check to see if I know what this thing is?
Absolutely.
All right. Cool. That would be an 18 plus 3 for a 21.
So this ain't no regular flower. I think that with that, you would basically know that this is not any Mother Nature did not make this thing, basically. You would know that. There is no... okay, there are cases like the black crown trees they're extremely rare and strange, but, that happens. This is not one of those cases. This is something that somebody went out of their way to magically make this. And the fact that you're starting to see it perhaps suggests that you are close to whatever the source of whatever put these clouds up here is.
Team, I think we're getting pretty close to our destination. This flower here is nothing made by nature. This is a flower made explicitly and intentionally by magic.
Oh, cool. Should we take it?
Should we eat it?
Lick it.
With a 24 nature check, taking...
21, but...
Oh, 21, excuse me. In that case, yeah, that all sounds like a great idea. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, I will say you don't see anything that would suggest that it is poisonous. Although, again, who knows? However, you know enough to be don't do anything that involves putting this in your mouth.
No.
Bad idea.
Yeah, let's we can I've already semi-crunched it, so how about I'll pick it up and put it in, put it in a pocket of sorts, but I wouldn't recommend eating it.
Okay.
Whatever you say.
Yeah. I bet you know better than me.
Probably. Yep.
I've read a book or two.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
That's 2 more books than I've read.
Next stretch.
All right, yeah.
Woo.
Right.
All right, let's go do the perception again. Okay. The worst of those is a 10 plus 6 for a 16.
Nice. Cal and
I think
Helena?
I'm gonna stick with my acrobatics. Making my way up. Ooh, 17 plus 2 for 19.
All right, very good.
And sticking with athletics, my worst is a 17 plus 6 for a 23.
Nice.
All right. There's sort of this moment where it's kind of like, you're all tired. You've been doing this all day. Helena, you're starting to get blisters on your shoulders from carrying Maisie. But something clicks. It may just be sort of wanting to be done with this, but you are able to kind of get into sync. You are advancing. You advance a lot faster than you have for the past little while. In Satus, you are able to kind of find a path where the further up you go, the more of that strange vegetation you start to see. You start to see sort of more of those flowers. You start to see some bushes. You start to see even some small trees, some saplings. And as you keep rising, it actually starts to get warmer. That sort of biting cold starts to go away.
All right.
And
Team, this is
Sorry, go ahead.
looking pretty promising. I think we can get there.
And after a moment, you push through a bit of fog and suddenly emerge on the other side. And there's still about 100 feet of vertical climb. But suddenly you are no longer in the clouds, or perhaps more accurately, you are in this bubble within sort of that bank of clouds that surrounds the very, very summit of the mountain. And you see that at the top of the mountain, you can't see the peak because there is this large temple with 4 spires built on top of it that is now waiting for you. And the closer that you get to it, the more that you see of that sort of strange bioluminescent vegetation. And you're even able to see some trees that have that same iridescent glow growing in that tower or temple that awaits at the top of the mountain.
I think we're just about here. Let's, find a leg. Let's get it going.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Finally.
Oh, this feels good.
Good job, team.
I'm very proud of us.
I think at this point, just a straight athletic check from everyone, please.
Cool. Do I still disadvantage for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Dang. First one would have been a 16, but that's a 4.
4 for
I got a
Satus.
9. I got a 19.
Cool.
I got a 15.
A 15. All right, great. I think that, Satus, that last little stretch really took it out of you. You're exhausted, and you're basically like, charge, and then your 2 compatriots charged past you, and it's like, I'm right behind you. I'm right there. I've got you. And you get to the point where you've basically halved the distance between where you were and this temple. When you hear this high screech go through the air. And can I just have straight wisdom checks from everyone?
Sure. That is a 6. 3 plus 3.
Also a
And that-
6. Sorry.
And that is a 2.
Oh, not wise, this bunch.
Not wise.
I think that is so. A 6 will not perhaps give you the insight that you might have gotten otherwise, but you remember, or Cal doesn't, but Helena and Satus do. You sort of have a moment when you remember that sign that was carved in stone at the foot of the mountain where you began the climb when Maisie sort of showed you. And you remember that the inscription said, "The road ahead of you will not be easy. Mountain, sky, and fire shall all test you." And just as you are remembering that, and that image sort of appears in your head, this shape takes flight from the temple. And it looks like a giant eagle, but it is made entirely of fire. And it swoops down towards you, its talons extended towards you, and I need initiative from everyone.
All right.
Fire Eagle.
I got an 18 plus 9.
Oof.
Or plus 1, sorry, for 19. Just kidding. My initiative's not that good. 18 plus 1 for a 19.
What?
I saw the 9 and I was like, yay.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, 19 total.
7 plus 2 for 9.
Helena, what about you?
2 + 1 for 3.
Oh dear.
It's all done.
Okay. Okay. So in that case, Satus, you are gonna go first.
Okay, so here's a question. Since when we saw this, were we still in the thing where I was in the front compared to the other two?
I think that at this point you're all more or less in a straight line.
Okay.
Okay.
How, if I was going to move before doing something, how far can I move? Like if I was going to try to run up and do an attack.
So again, this is challenging because you are still attached to a rock face.
Ah, right. Oh, we're still
Yeah.
okay.
We're
Yeah.
still.
Oh,
yeah.
then okay, then that's out of there. Then let's see. Ooh, I'm going to utilize this cantrip I've not used before, but I think this is good since I'm the very first. I'm going to use the cantrip called True Strike. You point a finger at a target in range. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that the spell has not ended, and it says its concentration up to 1 round.
Okay then. All right,
Nice.
and so that is casting it for you, right?
Yeah, it's just me within 30 feet. I point at it, and then I get an insight into its defenses. And then I don't know if that means you have to tell me anything, but I get advantage on my next roll.
Yeah, you sort of magic sort of extends from your fingertip, and it both shoots out at this firebird, and then it also shoots at your eyes. And a moment later, you're able to kind of do I'll steal a joke from animated spellbook that it's like that moment in anime where all of a sudden it's like shring, and you see sort of the
stats.
the skeleton of the thing and its stats, and you're kind of going the bird form is largely incidental. The center of magical mass is at the center of the creature. I should focus my strikes on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like when you scan a thing in Horizon Zero Dawn, and it's like, attack this part of it. Yeah.
Also, given that I've now stolen one of his jokes, everybody check out the animated spellbook YouTube channel. It is awesome, great content for D&D, extremely helpful
Amazing.
and extremely funny. So very, very good. Highly recommended.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's my first move. I'll get advantage on my next attack roll.
Callisto Gavance.
How far away is it from us?
It's circling around you in the air, so I'll say that it's not more than 50 feet away from you.
Okay. But it's not within 10 feet.
I think that for that, you would need to wait for it to attack and use a reaction if you wanted to sort of hit it in melee.
Okay. Then I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at first level at it.
Okay, not messing around.
Yeah. And that's 3d4 plus 1 each. So 3, 2, and 4. So that's a total of 9 damage.
All right. Very good.
All right.
The Firebird is going to go next, and it will swoop down towards you, Helena. Its claws extended, and it will try to hit you.
Awesome.
So one claw just sinks into the stone next to you, leaving it sizzling for a moment. But the other one is a natural 20, I am sorry to say.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
So it will be only 9 points of fire damage. But you are now on fire.
Oh, good.
Oh no.
It is your turn now, and I will say that since the creature is attacking you, you could now sort of very quickly try to attack it with melee, or you could also take an action to douse yourself. Right now, however, you will take only 1 point of damage from being on fire at the start of your turn.
Okay, great. Great. Because I was already not happy about the situation, to be honest, because of the hanging onto the cliff and the stone gnome and the fact that I can't really use a crossbow in this position. But, this is great.
So what would you like to do?
Fine, I'll put myself out.
Very good. You are no longer on fire.
Hooray! Okay, is it still nearby?
I would say that will eat up your main action, but you could still have time to like swipe at it with your dagger if you wanted to.
I'm gonna swipe at it with my dagger. Yeah. With disadvantage, presumably, for
Yes.
everything.
For you are
Okay.
exhausted and carrying a heavy gnome.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, hold that thought. No, yes, you are with disadvantage because of the gnome. Yeah, you have not yet reached the point of exhaustion where you would be taking disadvantage for your attacks, but the gnome does restrict you quite a bit.
So I get 17 hit-wise.
Great, roll me damage.
Come on, damage. Yeah. Okay. 4 is what we get there.
Your dagger, again, sort of like plunges into the fiery heart of the creature, but it doesn't find quite as much purchase as you thought it would. You see, like, some of the fire begin to lose its shape, but it's very subtle. You don't seem to be doing a lot of damage to it.
Not on fire, though. Hooray.
Cal.
Okay. I think. Is it really me again?
Excuse me, no,
it'd be Satus, right? Yeah,
Apologies.
Great.
No.
All right.
Very honest with you, Cal.
With the advantage that I had on the attack roll, I am going to whip out the old crossbow, and I'm going to shoot at it. So I guess the advantage would be on my like hit DC roll, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be. So yeah, I'm just going to do this because it's a +3. So that is that, and then okay, so I got a natural 20 the second time, so I got a 23.
Nice.
Yeah, roll me that double damage.
All right, cool, double damage. Oh, that's very fun. Okay, let me just roll a d8 twice. So that is the first one is a 2. Do I just double it, or do I roll a second one?
Roll a second one.
Okay, second d8 is a 3, so that would be 5 damage.
Plus anything?
Let me see. Let's see. No, not plus anything.
Similar.
It's a hit. Does hit DC add to damage?
No.
Nah, then it's just the d8.
Same as with Helena, your bolt strikes true right at the center of this creature, and you see it lose some of its shape, but it's not quite as effective as you perhaps were expecting it to be.
All right. Do any of us have water powers?
Or ice power.
Unfortunately, I don't have it. I don't have anything prepared. I do.
Now it is your turn, Cal.
Okay. Okay, I think.
Can I also, sorry, before Cal goes, can I utilize a bonus action? I forgot I wanted to do this. I have something called Unsettling Words, where I can basically use a bardic inspiration so that the next saving throw that the fire bird would have to do, it subtracts a d8. So I think I would say something to the effect of like, oh, Articuno and Zapdos were better anyway. Man.
Is there any like restrictions on what creatures are affected by this?
You can expend one use of your bardic inspiration and choose one creature you can see within 60 feet. The creature must subtract the number rolled of a d8 from the next saving throw it makes before the start of your next turn.
Okay, great. Consider it done.
So yeah, if either of the two you want to do something where it has to save throw, then it'll have to subtract.
Yeah, go Cal, because I don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see. I'm not sure that throwing a firebolt at it would do very much because it's made of fire.
But have you heard of fighting fire with fire?
Oh. I think I'm gonna cast. Yeah, let's see if firebolt does anything.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm sorry. That doesn't take a that doesn't take a saving throw, so let's not. I'm gonna cast Bane.
Do it.
At first level, so it needs to make a charisma saving throw. So Satus's effect.
Satus, is the effect on the next saving throw, or can you choose?
It says just the next saving throw.
Okay. So with that, then it has a -4 on this saving throw.
Awesome. So it
It dies.
No, not quite.
Not quite.
It's incredibly uncharismatic.
But similarly to what you just did, whenever, so for the next minute, you have to subtract a d4 from your attack roll or saving throw.
Okay.
Cool.
For the next minute. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. It is now the Firebird's turn. Okay. It will swoop down, and its claws will strike on either side of you, Satus. And for a moment, you think like, oh, cool. This thing does not know how to hit anymore. It's just done. And then you hear a slight sizzling sound as it pushes itself off the rocks, and you notice that it has actually hit both ropes, the ones connecting you to Helena and the ones connecting you to Cal. So your safety lines are now gone.
Oh, joy.
Very bad.
Helena.
Yes. Do we think now I should be crossbowing it, maybe, because it's not near me? In a sort of sword length?
I would say
Right.
that again, sort of, like in the abstraction of it, we can sort of say that if you wanted to, you could be waiting for it to come anywhere near you and strike it with melee, because otherwise this will be borderline impossible, and we would really need to kind of be going off of reactions at all times.
Love that decision. Love
Yeah.
that for us. Okay, great. Longsword time it is. Let's see if we can't knock this bird out of the sky.
Yeah.
That was a 17, but this is a 6. Plus 6 for 12.
With a 12, your blade just whiffs a little bit and just goes a little wide and does not find purchase with this Firebird.
Damn it! Can we do it again?
No.
But I get 2.
Well, I mean, if you want to do a different attack, then you can.
Okay. Yeah. With the dagger. 17 plus 6 this time.
That one will do
Hooray.
it.
Thank God for that. Okay, great. Okay, 5. We get 5.
Again, it's sort of not quite as satisfying as you want it to be.
No, nothing is. Nothing ever is.
Satus.
All right, I think I have a very tricky idea. So, if I cast Hideous Laughter, it would fall. It says it falls into fits of laughter. Would it literally fall into fits of laughter? Potentially
I mean,
onto some
if it
snow?
is laughing, it's probably not maintaining sort of, the wing positioning that it would need to maintain itself aloft.
All right, I'm gonna try that then to hopefully
Yeah.
get Firebird onto snow ground, and has to do a Wisdom saving throw of 16.
Minus a d4.
Ah, yes. Wisdom saving throw of how much, sorry?
16 you have to hit.
You see the creature convulse for a moment, and then it's very strange because this is a conjured elemental creature that doesn't have a voice, but then you recognize sort of the spasms of something laughing, and a moment later it folds its wings to do the closest thing that it can to clutching its stomach, but as it does that, it sort of loses the aerodynamics that were keeping it afloat and starts to plummet down. And a moment later, it disappears into the cloud bank. How long does Hideous Laughter last?
Let me see. Hideous Laughter lasts for up to 1 minute.
That's a long way to fall, but alright, yeah. The bird is
And
gone
then it
now.
says It can be quicker. At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, it can do another wisdom saving throw.
Okay, cool. Well, for the time being, the bird is gone.
Okay.
Cal.
Okay, so the bird is gone,
Yeah.
so I can't see it or
No,
anything?
it's disappeared into the
No.
cloud bank.
Okay. Okay, so Satus has been his connection has been cut from us, correct?
Yes. Which also
Okay.
means that you don't have a connection to Helena because Satus was part of the chain.
Right. Okay. So I wanna use spider climb, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Only one way to find out, right?
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna cast spider. I'm gonna walk over. I think the person who needs like use of their arms the most is Helena, maybe. So I'm gonna walk over to you, Helena, or climb
Shimmy
over
over,
to you,
perhaps.
shimmy over,
Shimmy.
and touch you if you are willing.
Yes, very. I consent.
And you consent. Okay, so I'm gonna
Help me.
cast this. So for up to an hour until the spell ends, you gain the ability to move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving your hands free. You also gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
You suddenly
Yeah.
feel this comfort that you have not felt all day, Helena.
Yeah.
as your weight distribution completely changes, almost as if gravity was now angled down towards the mountain. And you no longer are at disadvantage because of Maisie.
Incredible.
Yes.
Thank you, Cal.
You got it. Probably should have done this earlier. Would have
No,
made your life
no.
easier.
Good to when we need
Gotta
it.
hold
you know?
something in reserve, right? Cool. Helena, it's your turn.
Any sign of that bird?
You can see sort of a faint glow through the clouds, growing dimmer and dimmer.
Can I just climb and pull everyone up with me now?
I don't know about pull everyone up with you. That might be a bit of a task, but let me read the specifications for spider climb.
Sure.
Like, you can definitely go.
At the very least, if you're still attached to Cal, can you just drag Cal along?
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like the most.
I'm not seeing anything that says that you can't do that.
Okay. Okay. Good. Because we really want to be climbed and done with that.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. I think roll me an athletics check.
Brilliant.
And you
Not
don't
with
need.
disadvantage.
Still with disadvantage because you're exhausted, unfortunately.
Ah.
Oh yeah. Okay. It is a 13.
You're able to drag them most of the way up there. And by the start of Satus's next turn, you have about 15 feet to close between you and the ledge that leads up to this temple.
Okay.
Would Satus still be dragged or no because of the snipping?
You would need to Helena would need to grab you.
Helena's
you would need to-
Okay, cool.
dragging
I was
us.
love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
the visual
Yep.
of it.
Yep.
It's extremely disconcerting.
Going
Don't think about the
up.
physics at all.
It's like when a parent just drags the kid, along on top of a boogie board in the ocean and just whoosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, up a vertical cliff.
Yeah.
No, and I will say, at this point, Helena, you now feel like you are carrying the weight of Cal and Satus, because they are not affected by the spell the way that, you and your belongings are, but you're still able to kind of basically haul them upwards.
I love it. It's great.
Yes, I love this.
But it is now Satus's turn.
Okay. Well, Satus, don't tell the Firebird, but he's officially out of spell slots now.
I have one left.
I guess if we can't, so we can't.
I promise to keep it from my good friend the Firebird.
Here's a let's see. We can't see the Firebird.
No,
yeah.
it's in the cloud bank.
Okay, then I guess the only in that case, there's no like really spell or attack that I could do. Is there something? Can I just like use the whole attack to try to like just move us farther up?
Oh yeah.
Like, can I just?
I mean, definitely.
Okay,
I don't know that you can move the other ones. I think that like that would be a
Sure.
task, but you can definitely reach
I
for
will.
the summit.
I'm just gonna utilize all of my ability into movement, and I think what I will also do is I will call out to Cal, and I'll like run ahead and I'll be like, Cal, we might not be able to climb as well as Helena, but I think you're doing just great, and just give her some bardic inspiration for whatever she plans on doing next, so that I'm not just like ditching everybody.
Oh,
But yeah, I'm gonna
Later,
utilize
losers.
all of my turn.
Yeah.
All of my turn is movement.
I would say one final athletics or acrobatics check, whichever one you prefer.
Let's see. I feel equally, so let's go with acrobatics because that sounds more fun.
And you're at disadvantage. You're still exhausted.
I wish you didn't say that, but that's okay because my worst one was a 15 plus 1 for a 16.
Nice.
With a mighty heave, Satus pulls himself up and arrives at the summit of Mount Firmament. At this little edge that you see is actually basically a cobbled, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Paved?
Yeah, no, what's the word that the thing that they put on balconies so that you don't fall off, like a railingless
okay.
balcony.
Gotcha.
And through it, you see sort of this temple that is actually built around this like beautiful crystalline fountain in this garden full of these bioluminescent, iridescent plants.
Cool.
And you have done it. You have arrived. You are standing at the temple. Cal.
Come on up, folks. It's nice up here.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna follow Satus and try to finish off this last bit of climb.
Athletics, acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Am I able to like position myself to where I'm like leaning a hand down over the edge? Cool.
Sure.
All right. Okay, that's 11 plus 2 for 13.
Roll with advantage because Satus is there helping you.
Oh!
Let's go.
It's still 11 plus 2 for 13.
You do have bardic inspiration if you want to.
Ooh, yeah.
Throw that.
Sure. I'm gonna add that on.
Yeah.
It's a D8.
Yeah.
Yes, 1d8.
Yeah. Okay, so plus 5, so 18.
Cool.
Man, Satus really gets you. He helps you to go the distance.
Yes.
But you
Poor
arrive
Satus.
and you are pulled up there.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes. Okay, great.
Helena, you
Yeah.
hear as you stand on the side of the mountain, having just seen your comrades manage to finish the climb. From below you, you hear this enraged screech, and this new burst of fire seems to be glowing brighter and brighter from the clouds below you.
Oh no.
Mm.
Is there any snow within like reaching distance?
No, it's actually gotten unseasonably warm the closer that you
Damn
get
it.
to the summit.
Oh no. Damn it.
Snowball would have been fun.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, well I think I'm gonna try and race it to get to the top because I think I'll be better fighting it when I can see it. So yeah. That's just
And you've still got spider climb.
Yeah, the
Yes.
spider climb makes it trivial. You walk at a brisk pace up the side of the
Yeah.
wall and arrive at this balcony. And you have all
Yes.
three done it. You have arrived at the top.
Yeah.
Cue
Let's
the Rocky
go.
pose.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Let's throw ourselves in the fountain.
Yeah.
And a moment later, you hear sort of the sounds of applause. And you see, leaning against one of the walls of the structures, this woman who looks a little bit like an elf. But they are not like any elf that you've ever seen. They have these brilliant kind of amethyst eyes, and their hair is like the color of fall foliage, just kind of all these different hues of brown and red just kind of interwoven with one another, with just streaks of not quite verdant, but sort of, still beautiful green running through it. And she is dressed in this beautiful autumnal robe with this staff that she is sort of looped around her arm right now as she claps. And she goes, "Very unorthodox, but very impressive. Welcome to the Cathedral of the Lord of Mists." And she will purse her lips and sort of give off a very distinctive whistle, 2 blasts of it. And a moment later, from down over the railing, the non-existent railing of the balcony, this stream of fire will rise up and just go into the orb at the top of her staff, and a moment later disappear as it nestles there.
I mean, that's pretty rad.
That is very rad.
And on that rad image, we're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to come back
Awesome.
to find out what's going on here.
Nice.
Okay.
So hang around, folks. We'll be right back.